man? It's your boy Choco Pie, man. Right back at it. I had to restart this stream. If anybody's wondering, it's because every time I play this game, all I can do is just talk, and I always talk about God. But now, like the title says, we're gonna play the game. All right, no more messing around. Oh man, massage here. Don't get distracted, Choco Pie. I can't do two things at once, like I always say. I probably could, but it's hard for me. When I'm telling a story, like I can't play a game. So, and you know what sucks? Leon gave her this pistol, which is amazing, and I took so many notes yesterday on this game, and this is about the game, so it's okay for me to talk about it. Um, our next step is to go to the east lobby, wherever we are, with Gracie Pooh, I think, and then we're gonna destroy a statue that's right here in the east wing. We're gonna collect all the raccoon statues so we could attune our weapon. Man, this game is good though. Not gonna lie. It's very good. I am scared of horror games. I used to be even more of a scaredy cat. But I can handle it now. I've conquered a lot of my fears, man. God has helped me do that. Now, what's crazy is this game is funny. So I used only 4 bullets of this gun. It came with 5, I think, when I started with Leon. And it's funny. Leon has a pistol, right? But instead of giving her a pistol for a woman, he gives her the biggest revolver that she could barely probably hold in her FBI small woman's hand. and I shot 4 bullets, and funny enough, this game only gave her 1 bullet from me. What am I gonna do with 1 bullet, dog? Just kill 1 zombie? That's about it if I do a right shot. It's kind of funny. And unlike Leon, she can't. Even though she's an FBI agent, she has no combat training. Like, Leon can kick and stuff like this with these buttons. She can't. Alright. Enough of that. Like I said, I'll try to stay focused. There are 3 indentions with the words moon, sun, and star. Here we go with their Resident Evil stuff. They love to do this kind of stuff. Antique coin, is that one of them? Nope. Oh, the Messiah. It feels so nice. Okay, so where are we supposed to go? So that door is a door that we need to go through later. And looking at the pictures I've took. Oh, wait a minute. East wing right here. We got our next raccoon. If we could go through the door. Swipe the key card. We don't have the key card yet. And I'm sure because we don't, yep. Can't go to the west wing either. What am I supposed to do? So I thought we were going to team up. You know what I liked? Like what Resident Evil 4, my most favorite of the Resident Evils? Because of nostalgia and childhood memories. It was like you when you met up with the girl, you know, or whatever. Like I like you know, The Last of Us, like that kind of stuff. Like someone following you along for the journey. You know, even in this, but we get separated. Alright, so where in the world am I supposed to go? Everywhere is locked. Oh, there's a staircase up there. Okay. That's probably where I'm supposed to go. More than likely. Oh, this is a neck and shoulder massager. And I am telling you, it works, man. And I thought this was like over like $300 or something. It was only over $100. Pretty good, man. If anybody is interested and have neck and shoulder problems like me, let me know. I'll let you know exactly what brand is it. So what exactly am I supposed to do if everything is locked? I keep doing that when I could just do this. You're getting used to that. This door's locked. Every door is locked. Oh, there you go. I have to push my back into it. Push your back into it. No, get in the knots, baby. Yeah, get right in that deep tissue. I don't know why every time you go to a massage therapist or whatever, or get a massage, they give you a bottle of water at the end. I don't know what that's all about, to be honest. Would you? Is this where me and Leon got separated? I really like that nice touch. Like sometimes, like yeah, and then you hear the, dude. It's just these like simple, like small, and the graphics is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna have to turn up the volume for myself because I turned it down for the stream, but just so I can get scared. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to get scared, but this is a horror game, so and I am streaming this, so you gotta get your bang for your buck, homie. All right. So what exactly do you want me to do here? I'm at a loss. Like everything's locked. Hmm. I like how on the map if you walk past the item, it actually shows up. It's very nice of Requiem. I don't know what number this would be in the installment of this game. Dude, what am I supposed to do? I am so lost, baby. Here without you, baby. Okay, this door is the only door we haven't checked yet. But it's locked because it's the key code. It's the key code. I don't got the key code. What am I supposed to do, man? Stop playing games with me, dog. Oh, there's another door over here. Okay. Well, of course it's not gonna screw me over like this, right? Yes! Dude, we checked almost every door, and this was the last door. Do I just like have extremely bad luck or extremely good luck? I don't know sometimes. Because a lot of times in my life has been so bad. But then I feel so lucky because I've been alive because of Jesus. Alright, what's this? Just a storage container? There's a limit to how many items you can carry around, so if you don't want to leave anything behind, store items you don't need in the box. Yeah, but, wait, is this all I can carry? Just 8 items? I guess. Used for games can be exchanged for prizes in the parlor. Okay, I don't know where the parlor is, and it's just a waste of space right now, so. Oh. Oh, it feels so good. My wife sucks at massages. She's amazing at cooking, amazing at being my wife, but she sucks at massages. 1 minute and massage is done. She says, "Oh, my hand there." Well, you should go work out, man, 'cause you say we need to save money, but every massage appointment I go to, that's 80 to 100 bucks, baby. Medication room. Unauthorized personnel are not permitted past this point. In the case of irregularities, contact the lead researchers immediately. In emergencies only, Pipper. Oh my gosh. Don't scare me like that, baby. Don't you dare do that, baby. Oh, shoot. Just turned it up a little bit more and it scared me. Don't scare me like that. I turn up the bass too. Oh, yeah. There's another raccoon to the right of that door. I remember that one. But that's not till later, isn't it?
What on earth? Who's there?
Oh, she can't see.
Someone there.
Oh. Why does it look like Grace, but
I'm
white hair?
sorry if I surprised you.
Oh, she's so cute. She can't see. Don't smoke, kids. It's terrible for you. Waste some money.
See, can you?
Oh, I mean, this is obvious. I mean, it's obvious.
Was there someone in the other cell?
Was that the Victor guy?
Why are you in there?
I don't know where the
Everyone's
Victor guy's
gone.
from the Ari lore, even though I watched some. Oh,
Are you alright?
is he an evil guy, or
No,
actually
no.
she's like
Hold on.
the Antichrist little girl?
No. No.
He's gonna turn into a zombie, ain't he? Don't mess with me, dog. You gonna scare me, uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
We really gonna release her?
What is happening here?
Now, all the reviews, I see like 3 different videos of how to get the raccoon cards. Opens the door to the West Wing. Ah, West Wing. Okay, so West Wing it is. Doesn't open this yet, right? No, good. All right, so they are organized correctly. That hole bothers me. Got something to say? Huh? We ain't open up jack shite for you, little girl. Or maybe we will. If we can, at least. We'll have to see what key. I probably can't open that door yet. Because like I said, all the guys, I'm sure they organize the raccoon like statues in order of timeline. So, yeah. That's what I thought. Whoa! Oh, no. I think Leon killed the big monster that was chasing me. It was like a woman monster. It was terrifying. Oh, there we go. Get that right. Not. Oh. Oh, yeah, homie. Alright, West Wing it is. Okay, so in the East Wing, care center, kitchenette, I guess things change a lot. Oh, this is the care center. Yeah, we are in the care center. While controlling Leon again, open the wardrobe, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. Right now, East Wing is the only raccoon place so far. Alright, but we going to the west, so. West side! Open sesame! I really want to do some push-ups and pull-ups, but I really gotta rest my body, man. What am I gonna do with one bullet, for real, though? Now, for her, it seems like the only monsters are literally not gonna be like smaller enemies like Leon's combat mode, but just big monsters where you have to hide from. Because honestly, I only got one bullet, and I heard for this gun, which is probably the best, this is the best gun in the game from what a reviewer said. like the strongest, at least. But the ammo for this weapon is very, very rare. Ah, same old Resident Evil. Unicorn? What is this, North Korea? They're the only ones that found a unicorn. That is a, I'm not joking around. They didn't really find a unicorn, but their people are forced to believe that the grandfather of North Korea, the dictator over there, found a unicorn. I wish there was like a side view, like you know, like this, you know, like COD and stuff, but no. Shit! Don't tell me you saw me, dog. I don't think he sees me. Oh, we got a new big monster. Whoa, we don't got a key yet. No, hell no. And I wish this game like Outlast lets you look behind yourself. Now the other enemy was scared of the light, so he could not. I mean, she could not go into the light. Yes, I P word out of that one, but I'd be shaking too. Oh, I'm just needing a second. I'm letting this massage thing end, and then I'll be done. Oh, we still got what? About 2 more hours until I can lay on my new mattress. It says best to give it 24 hours, but dude, we gotta sleep somewhere. And I'm sure it's not gonna kill it. Looks like it foamed up pretty good though. Yeah, my mattress. Oh, to play games at night on that mattress up until God tells me to get rid of gaming. I think he already did. I just want to wait till Crimson Desert. I wish I could wait till GTA 6, but I think that won't be it. Otherwise, my life might get ruined. Not because of gaming. It's just some things. If you're not a Christian, you might not understand. Even if you are, you might not understand. God said He loves obedience more than sacrifice. And there's just some things that I've heard from the Lord as I was praying that I just feel like that's one of the things I have to give up, which is gaming, which I like to do. Not forever, possibly, but maybe forever. Who knows? Okay, so this door is locked. That guy, okay, there's a door over there. Oh, wait a minute. There's a door right there, too. Oh, my goodness. Security level. Ah, level 1. It looks like the only way through is through the big monster. Is he coming over here? Okay, good. Oh, that was so good. Oh, that was so good. I thought this thing was broken because after 3 massages, it says low battery. It says 10 massages and it will be low battery because of the stupid directions. It says this is called IBREO, like Oreo almost, but it's IBREO. Embryo. Embryo. I don't know. It's pretty good. It heats up too. And some people might not like it if you're sensitive because it really, really is rough, which I need. Um, it's so great. Oh, feels so good. Oh, feels so good, man. Dude, try having neck and shoulder pain for a whole year, man. Like, I'm not telling you, like, 1 out of 10, I'll tell you the pain is eh, like probably like a 4. But think about like just that constantly every single day. That would drive any person mad, I think. And also, it almost drove me mad. Um, anyways, I need to grab some, homie. So I need to grab some water. Some water. Water is important after massage. I don't know why. Water, 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 water. What'd you say? Water, 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 water? Yeah, water, 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 water. I see. Water, 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 water. Mmm. Well, if it's really that important, water, water, then water, 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 water it is. I gotta drink 6 bottles of water every day. 6 bottles of 8 ounce bottles of water. That's what the doctor told me. And it's been working because before that, I wasn't able to go to the restroom very nicely. It was horrendous. And I do have to take laxatives every freaking day. And she says I have to do it for the rest of my life. Well, I'll tell you right now, that part I do not believe because I'm a Christian. My God's a healer. Ah, she says my intestine got so large because of all the opiate use over the years since I was a young adult. There is consequences to your actions, people. Be careful. Don't be stupid. But I also believe in my God, and He says He is a healer. So the doctor might have said that, and she logically can be very right. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna be like that. Cheers. Ah, who knew all those years of being able to chug alcohol and stuff would make me able to chug water and everything so easy? Ah, who knew? All right, let's get serious. Let's do this thing, baby. I don't get. Okay, so there's a door right here. Wait, this will move this thing? Oh, I guess as he's chopping, he doesn't hear. That's what I'm assuming. Because he moved his bag from where it was. Is he gonna move back over there? Yeah, you. Oh, don't move the car back. Oh, excuse me. Okay, what are you gonna do now? Okay. Perfect, perfect. I don't know if the speed of my crouching really matters. Oh, biatch. Did he see me? Okay, so he's gonna come dip his hand, right? Okay, we got you, fool. He's not as scary as that girl, man. Oh, man, that girl was scary looking. But I still don't want to get caught up with him. Alright. Can we at least push this? I'm not gonna mess everything I did. So. How's the AI gonna react to that? He doesn't notice that it's been moving? I think I need to let him do it one more time. He's gonna do one more, right? Yep. Ah, you son of a gun. So he does it 2 times. Alright, go do your thing, boy. Well, he's a monster, so maybe he's too dumb to realize that it's been moving. Not sure. Alright. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. This game is terrifying. Now, of course, they're pre-animated stuff, so okay. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, you crazy game. How did she not hear that? I don't know. Well, I'm okay with that. Got one bullet. What do I do? Oh, in the name of Jesus, keep all these negative spirits away from me. It's just a game. What is the point of flushing these toilets, though? That's what I'm confused on. Alright. I'm a little paranoid, so I don't know what the flushing thing's about. I don't even know if it's a trap or what. Maybe I get her into one and I lock the door on her? I'm gonna go back to that door after she does her weird little thing. So, noise. Ah, bitch! Sorry. Oh my god. Well, we don't have to worry about her anymore, but that's my only bullet, darn it. Oh my gosh. Sorry for the cussing, Lord. Oh. I just want the combat part, man. Oh, bruh. I don't like to over exaggerate, man. You found the wrong YouTuber for that. But dang, oh, you mud of duck sauce. Oh, my last bullet too. Don't tell me it was all for nothing. Yeah. Well, at least you did, girl. Dang, I should have used it on the other guy. If I only knew. And why did I waste all those bullets before? I could have just used Leon's other pistol. So really, this was nothing? I was thinking maybe there's like something in the toilets or something. Or in that bathtub of blood. They got the atmosphere pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so I guess using a map like that would be cheating in a sense, so. makeshift knife, a crude handmade knife suitable for close combat. Oh, finally she gets something. Gracie Poo, you finally get something. Yes, we can parry in this game, which is nice. Strong attack, and then regular attack. Wait, or is that your everything? Okay, so slash slash, and then L1 plus R2. Oh, crouching doesn't do it, but if you're standing up, this is our strong attack. Yes, my strong hand. Of course. Okay, so there's something here that needs a key. A simple lock. Maybe a lockpick? I don't want to use that. How do I want to use my medicinal, there we go. You could combine, I forgot. Okay, well, let's combine this. Ooh, what's this? Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, I'm fine. Well, I just got attacked, so let's see how that works out. Okay. I'm still fine. I hate it when I do that. If I knew, what a waste. Sorry. We'll just be extra careful, I guess. I really like the darkness in this game. I have to keep the window. You know what? No, I'm gonna cover up the windows. There's a glare. There is a glare, and I gotta be able to see these monsters. I think they did the shadows right. They use something called there's like HDR, right? Most games use that these days, but they use something called SGHB. It's not GHB. What am I talking about? But something in that line. Let me close the window too. I think it's been long enough, so my neighbors don't get pissed off at me screaming. They have a baby there, and I like to respect my neighbors. Even before I started to be streaming or doing this stuff, which I thought was cringy back then, I went over to my next door neighbor, and my neighbor next door who's old, and my neighbor next door to me is around my age. And I told him, hey, it was kind of embarrassing, but I like to do the right thing, man. And you know what's funny? I say that, but back then I didn't even care. I was Christian, but I partied all the time, drunk and crazy, blasting music. But both of them said they never noticed it. Honestly, that's the protection of God, because we did a lot of crazy stuff in this house. But those spirits are gone now. But anyways, I went to my next door neighbor who was around my age, and I told him, hey, it was so embarrassing. I said, I'm gonna do the streaming thing or become a streamer. Oh, so embarrassing just saying it. But anyways, I told him, hey, so if you hear like me yelling or anything, it's because I thought I'll be because in the beginning I was trying to find like I didn't do it for God in the beginning. I did it for myself. Now I turned it into the Lord kind of thing. Always it goes to the Lord. But I know how PewDiePie and them all got to where they are. They started with horror games, right? So I knew I would be screaming because I'm a scaredy cat, or yelling out of frustration playing games. So I told him, hey, I might be a little loud, so please, if you ever think I'm too loud or anything, let me know, because they just had a newborn, like, it's been years now, so that newborn is grown up a little bit. But yeah, I'm very respectful. The problem with me is I'm Southern hospitality. We're very respectful, but if you're rude to us, we will smash you up or be twice as aggressive, which is different from West Coast people on Washington. They're passive aggressive. And I've told the story many times, but just to give you an example of that, we're still playing the game. I could talk and tell this story. The best example of what they call the Seattle Freeze is when I was freshly in this town in downtown Seattle. I just wanted to flush these one more time, just in case. But I parallel parked in front of a car behind me and a car in front of me. Now the car in front of me, they still had space to exit. But I would say, yeah, I was a little close, but they still had space. I was able to parallel park there, right? And this guy comes out of a coffee shop. I was going to say it's race, but race don't matter here. He just came out of the coffee shop, all right? Who knows if he's white, black, whatever, Spanish, who cares? But he says, hey, you parked a little bit like, he said, hey, you parked a little bit too close to the car. And then, you know me, Southern hospitality, I said, oh, in a very gentle and like voice, because he was like by the coffee shop door, he was a little bit off. I said, oh, hey, I'm so sorry. Is that your car? It's like, hey, I'll repark my car. And he said, no, that's not my car. And boom, I got triggered. I'm like, this ain't even his car. And he's telling me and then I'm like, and then I, dropped some F-bomb. I said, and I might have said the N-word, not in the ER word, but, the way I grew up, whatever. I don't do that no more. Sometimes I still playfully do with my wife just to, it is what it is, all right? I got my black homie, man, that don't give me a pass on that, But regardless, it is how I grew up. And a lot of Mexican folks and people like that, But, yeah, that's that Seattle Freeze, It's like he was so aggressive, passive aggressive, but it's not even his business. Like, and it's not him being even a good Samaritan, because I was being very nice to him. But then once I heard it wasn't his car, because he gave me a tone of voice of like aggression. It's like, hey, don't you think that car is a little bit too closely parked? No, none of that. No, and then he said like, you parked way too close to that car or something like that. I don't remember. It's like more than 10 years ago, all right? But once he said that part that it wasn't his car, bro, I flipped out. And I said, man, I think I said something like, I'm going to smash you up, homeboy. And then he just runs or just shuts the coffee shop. He don't own the coffee shop. He just ran back in there like a little punk. I don't get that. Like, I know, like, watching out for your neighbor, per se, but that was neither his car nor his business. And I was very respectful to him. And he came at me with an aggressive tone in the beginning. But I was still nice up until I found out it wasn't his stupid car. And then, of course, like I said, Southern hospitality, you'll be very treated nicely in the South. Just don't be disrespectful. It's just like jail rules, man. Be respectful. Now, people will still be predatory, so you gotta be careful. But that's what it is. The Seattle Freeze, right there. Good example of it. Getting into other people's business, being passive aggressive, but they don't back it up. Now, I'm a Washingtonian now as well, because I've lived here as much as I've lived in Texas, I think now. Or probably still Texas more, because I was 36 now. No, still more Texas. But anyways, yeah, there's the Seattle Freeze example for you, okay? So if anyone asks you what that is, that's what it is. And they're too scared to back it up. I'm not saying, so don't come after me, gangsters, because I ain't no gangster. I used to think I was a thug. I ain't no thug. All right? I don't get it. And I hate this thing. Like when you cut people off, or I've done it, and then people done it. Like in Texas, we all say, hey, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Respect. Here, people cut you off, nothing. You know how many times I've chased people for like 5-10 minutes, even on women, men, don't matter. And for the women, I am sorry for doing that. It is wrong of me, even though y'all triggered me, but it's my fault. And I should have been to jail many a times, but luckily the Lord protected me. Fictionally, I pulled a knife on someone to their throat. And there was, of course, anyone's going to get scared. I'd be scared if the roles were reversed on me once. I've told this story, too. It happened to me with a Russian or Ukrainian or whatever type of big, giant, monster-looking guy. Looked like he jacked up on steroids, more than likely. Came out of BMW. I was honking and following for like 10 minutes, ready to rumble, you know? It's like, but once he got out of that car, oof, I opened that window halfway down, and he came up to my car with a stick accent. I can't do accents. So he said, "What do you want? Like, what's the problem, man?" And I said, and I still had a little bit of pride and didn't want to look like such a P word, even though I was shaking in my boots, man. I'm just being honest, because I only rolled the window halfway down. I said, man, you did cut me off, but it's okay, you know, and then it's fine. And he said, "You sure?" And I was like, yeah, it's fine. Because Choco Pie did not want to get his face smashed in that day. That guy would have tossed me. Like I said, I've fought a lot, but I am not a fighter. I've never been trained. And anyone that's bigger than me, like my Samoan friend, they'll toss me around like a sack of potatoes, man. I'm a 5'10" Asian. I said I should have saved this bullet for this guy. Okay, so what's your thing, buddy? How about that? Lights on. Lights on, baby. Well, the rules are right here. Hello? You mother duck sauce. Okay, come on now, Boba. Oh, darn it. I thought I parried him. I was wrong. Oh, boy. Don't you ever touch me. I'm a lady boy. Don't you touch me. Get away. This is my purse. That's my purse. Why didn't they put the ragdoll physics when they're dead? I hate it when games like have ragdoll physics, which I love, but then when they're dead, I don't see any way to get around him other than doing that, because he's literally just stuck there. Now that we're actually damaged, we can actually use this with a purpose. Oh! Alright, you did not need to hear me say it like that. I apologize. Mama, I'm sorry. What happens when the durability goes to zero? Oh, my homeboy texted me. He was asking me, and he's a homeboy that just turned Christian. I love my brother. Chet, I love you, buddy. If you are watching me, I don't know if you are. If you are, it's weird because you should say hello at least. But anyways, he became a Christian. 10 years of telling him testimonies and stuff, he listened but never believed until he had his own supernatural experience in something I'm going to keep private. So, well, I can at least say in jail. I won't tell you for what. But boy, oh boy. I'm so happy. And he's asking me questions like, hey, is the Pope bad? Like, is he working with the devil? You know, he's asking me these questions because he's a new Christian, right? And I've been, at least gotten knowledge over the years. I wouldn't say he's the devil, but he's definitely not with Jesus. I know that might offend a lot of Spaniards out there. Please, by all means, don't come attack me. I'm just giving my opinion. The Pope is not with Christ. All right? If he is, then he really needs to read his own Bible. And why would the Vatican hide things in their library? And other than that, they just go off from the Bible. There is Catholics that I know that will, well, I can't say I know for sure, but I have a great big feeling that there's a lot of Catholics that truly love Jesus that will be in heaven. But the shepherds that guided them wrong, they will get their punishment. It says so in the Bible. It says teachers, which even could be including me, even talking about this, right? I'm teaching, right? But it says in Galatians, Paul, I believe, wrote this. It says, even if, let's see here. I sent this to my homeboy because he was asking. He said, it says, but even if we, he's talking about him, the apostles, the disciples, The apostles are followers of Jesus Christ. He says, but even if we or an angel from heaven should preach a gospel other than the one we preach to you, let them be under God's curse with an exclamation mark. As we have already said, so now I say again, if anybody is preaching to you a gospel other than what you accepted, let them be under God's curse. Again, with an exclamation. Galatians 1, 3 to 9. I just read it from 8. But Mormon, one of my greatest ex-employees, because I sold my business. I'm still in contact with her today. I messaged her today in the morning, you know, just to say hello and check up on her. Um, she's Mormon. I've been to her church, as a joke, as a boss. I said, hey, because I want her to come to my church, because I know she hasn't. She's going to church because I know God's been good to her in her life, but she hasn't seen like the things I've seen, and I'm not saying that out of pride. I wish she does, and she doesn't have to, as long as you believe. God says, "Greater are those that believe without seeing than those that do have to see supernatural miracles to believe in Christ." You know, but the problem of Mormons is this: the belief system, it contradicts itself in so many ways. And I even met a couple Mormons. They're so nice. Super nice people, man. Just like us Christians, but us Christians, oh, we're a roller coaster of craziness at times. Like I said I was a Christian for like, what, 15, 20 years? About 15 years plus. And I was not a Christian. I was a weekend warrior Christian. That doesn't make you a follower of Christ. Even the demons, it says in the Bible, know about Jesus Christ. Does that make them go to heaven? No. They're going to rot in the pit of hell for eternity. God says he wishes for no man to perish to hell. But we have free will. Now, for the Mormons, Joseph Smith, and I've asked him this, and I've researched this before I asked the Mormons, but out of, what is it, social communications of peace, and I was smiling. There's a whole story to this, I won't go into it, but Joseph Smith, back in the days when Moses, if you know about Moses, he split the seas, even non-Christians know this. He went up to the mountain to get the 10 Commandments, and it was made out of stone, and while he did that, the people down there, his people, the Israelites, God's chosen people, just like us, going back and forth with God. We do that a lot in our Christian walk until God stabilizes us if we choose to be submissive and obedient. And while he was up there, the people don't know when is he gone. He's gone. And he's the one that's been praying to God to us. They could have prayed too, but they chose not to. That should show you something, right? So Moses up there, and he gets the 10 Commandments, but his people down there, and his brother Aaron is in charge, and they got to craziness, getting scared. Like, where's our food? Just like any of us humans, right? Even us Christians getting scared. So they gathered up all their gold, and they went back to what they know, worshiping false idols, and they built a golden bull and started worshiping an animal. Now, I love animals. But do you really think that, and nothing against Hindus, like I said, I'm not trying to drag any other belief system down. I'm just telling you, there is only one God, and that God is named Jesus Christ. That's it. It is. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And it's not to hurt people's feelings, it's so to save you. I didn't believe it either until I had a supernatural experience and all these things started happening in my life. But why I brought that up is they were worshiping a golden bull. Gold. God says even in the Old Testament, for the ladies, don't put fine gold like jewelry on, and don't do this like for lustful reasons, and for the woman for her own pride, right? Pride issues. Pride, the number one thing, the devil. Why the devil became the devil. Pride. Gold. What did Jesus do when he came down? He came down like almost like this is why the Jewish people don't believe him because they think Jesus they say he's probably a prophet or whatever, but they don't believe he's God. Well, it's been shown in the Bible many times in the New Testament. Now, God came down, right, in a woman's body of his own creation. So he was all man, all God. And then he died for our sins, all of it. We still have to repent, but once you repent, he forgives you. It's like he never seen that sin again. We are the problem after that. The unforgiveness of ourselves and still thinking we're under if you're really repentant. But now back to the real thing with the Mormon thing. Nothing against Mormons. I'm just telling you facts. What I just read there. It says if you add to this or now Mormons, I went to my now this is one section of Mormons, just like Christians. There's many denominations, but I went to her church and they didn't even preach about the Bible. They did Bible, but she did tell me they do Bible study afterwards. But they said the Book of Mormon, which Joseph Smith supposedly I think wrote from hearing from the angel or whatever. On that story wise, I'm gonna tell you right now, I actually believe it. That he met an angel, and that angel gave him golden tablets. Now, the 30% of me doesn't believe it. But it doesn't matter. Because as that verse says, even I, an apostle, or an angel comes to you from heaven and tells you a different doctrine. See, you see where I'm going with this? It is wrong. I'm sorry, I know I said we just say play games, but I can't help myself. I'm a Christian. I just can't. And the problem is this, even like logically thinking. So Jesus came down, and the Jewish people thought he would come down like with a flaming sword and just like, hoorah, you know? But no, he came down to show humbleness, how we should be humble ourselves. God himself, his own creation, came and washed our feet. This is why Jewish people have a hard time thinking Jesus is God. Especially because the Trinitarian thing, which I don't believe, God is only one. He can split off however he wants because he's God. He can do whatever. But the Bible is clear. God is one. Not three persons, just one. Now, the Trinitarians or whatever, they say that. Nothing against those brothers either. I love them. I used to be one without knowing. But God is only one. It's very clear in the Bible. Now, if you got to say persons for yourself to understand a supernatural God, by all means, I understand. You got to use your logic, right? But you can't logicalize this. God said there's only one. Now, he came down as a burning bush, a pillar of fire. God can do whatever. But one thing he will not do is to go against his word. So, back to the end and ending this on the Mormon part. The Mormons are wrong only because, well, not only because, but they're wrong. Because they say the Bible and the Book of Mormon, they're on the same playing field. They're just as important. And a white man named Joseph Smith got golden tablets from angels. Sure, if that happened, sure. But think about it. Moses got stone commandment, the 10 Commandments. Don't, love your God with all your heart, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Don't lie, don't kill, right? But Joseph Smith supposedly got golden tablets. Now, yes, he could have. Like I said, I kind of believe that story, but I believe it was from an angel, which, in my opinion, is a demon. A God who came to show us humility of how we should live our life as Christians. You think he would come to not just a white man, okay? Black man, Korean man, it doesn't matter. But do you think that he would just come to a person or an angel would come to a person? And they have many times in the Old Testament. Like a lot of people has been visited by angels even in our era. But, not me of course. But Do you think that it makes sense that he would give golden tablets now when God is a humble God? Like, just think about it logically on that part first. And then, right there in Galatians, boom, it just cut off all arguments. It's like either I or an angel that called out the Muslims and the Mormons. Right there, those two things. The Muslims are the prophet, Paul, an apostle, a prophetic man of God. Muslims, Prophet Muhammad wrote his own book. Again, do you not see? And they all also have the Old Testament themselves. Now, Mormons have the Old Testament and the New Testament, and they have their Book of Mormon. Muslims, I think they only have their Old Testament. That's just like our Old Testament, I believe, from what I've heard from the Bible, but they don't include the New Testament. And they always say, yes, Jesus is a good prophet or a good man, but he's not God. But, of course, I used to be a non-believer, so I can't blame them. I just hope they come to a realization, especially some of my friends who are Muslim. I do have one friend. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but he's still Muslim. I do hope God has mercy on him. I need to pray for him more. I haven't prayed for him in a long time. But that's like right there. Galatians. It cuts all arguments. And woe to that man, Joseph Smith. He is probably suffering in hell. I don't know Revelations if hell is now or later, but he's going to suffer if he's not already for what he did. Whether he was tricked or not, it's like laws, right? Just because you broke a law, but you didn't know it. Yes, with the IRS, there is something like that, but most laws, like if you killed someone, then you just say, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. But the state that you live in is a no murder state, which is most countries, right? But that would be, or let's say just stealing, okay? You stole something, but you thought it's okay because where you come from, everything's free, possibly. You didn't know, right? You're still going to get in trouble or not? Yes, you're still going to get in trouble. Maybe, depending on the belief, they might give you 700. But what I'm saying is you'll still get in trouble because that is the law. So whether you like it or not, whether your emotions tell you or your empathy, it does not matter. What's true is what's true, and what's not true is what's not true. So that single verse right there, Galatians what? See, I know a lot, but I have to summarize it because I don't have it all memorized. Galatians 1:8. It literally cuts down the Muslim belief system and also the Mormon belief system. Like I said, I have friends on both sides. I am not trying to offend anyone. I'm just saying because I care for them. I want everyone I've met in this life. There's no ulterior motive for me. Like there's nothing for me to gain. For me, like the Bible does say, if you do good works, like God will see you and He'll bless you, like in heaven or whatnot, and even on this earth. But like I don't care for that. If I just make it to heaven's gate, I am okay. So I have nothing to gain for myself. I'm being completely honest. The only thing is I just don't, I've been through suffering. And people that's been through suffering, they understand. I never, like even for a murderer or the R-worder, I would never, those of you guys that have never been through serious pain, you can't really understand. Even to my worst enemy, I just can't think about to punish them for an eternity. Now, like I said, God doesn't do that as punishment. So that's what a lot of people that don't believe in God or don't know the Bible think. They say, oh, it's punishment. No, it's not. You don't like Jesus or you don't want to accept him, and that's your free will choice. So you're going to be in a place after death away from God, Christ, because you said you didn't want to be with him. And God, because God, like I said, this is from the Bible. God wishes no man to perish and go to hell. That's our God, a good God. We should be so grateful that He's a good God. He could have been an evil God. We don't get to choose, just like how we're born. We don't get to choose. Sorry, I got a little bit too preachy there. I'll stop now, but it's just so important for me, man. And I care way too much. Do not want nobody, not even my worst enemy, man. I hope someone sees this, at least one person, and I hope it changes you, not because of me, but because of Jesus. All right, let's cheer up again. Like I said, I was just getting serious because I just think about all the people that might go to hell because maybe I shut my mouth because of fear or not wanting to disrespect anyone, which is fear, nonsense, just because of that. Like, I don't want to be responsible for anyone going to hell. It's terrifying. It's forever. All right. Not gonna lie, I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that. No, man. um, I'm actually hungry. Being on TRT steroids. I'm not. I didn't take it to get jacked up and stuff. I took it because I needed it. I was on low testosterone. Makes sense, you know. But it makes it hungry. Very a lot actually, and I got scared because I don't want to get fat again. I finally got down to 160 now, 160 pounds. I was 150 something, but then I gained a pound when I was at my mama's house. Well, you know what? Pounds like fluctuate because of water and stuff every day. So don't be too depressed if you're working out and doing your best and you see. And also, if you're working out, don't be depressed if you see your weight gaining. That could mean that you're gaining muscle. So just a little encouragement for those of y'all that work out. But yeah, I don't want to get fat ever again. And I'm a little scared that the steroid is making me hungry, man. Which is good because last year I could only eat 2 bites and it didn't feel good. There was no happiness. Food, working out, and sex. These are the three things science says that's natural dopamine. Yes, there's other ways that us humans get dopamine, friends, love, and stuff like that. But those three that I mentioned are the most consistent one. Not love, sex, working out, and food. Natural dopamines. Dopamine is the receptor that makes you happy. Makes you joyful and cheerful and love life. Gives you hope. I had none of that last year. I was just grasping from the past, knowing that God is going to be there for me, and He was. Even though I didn't feel like He was still there. And and look at me now. I'm still on medication, but I'm not depressed anymore. God is so good. I don't know why He's so good to me. I'm such a bad man back then, but I understand it now. He sees where I'm going to be at in the future. And that's probably why he has been so good to me. Anyways, that was getting a little bit savvy. This is your boy Choco Pie. Have a good day if you watch this one. And if you're a new person and I didn't know you too much, what's up? And conversate. You know, I really don't care about making money on this thing. I just want to save as many people as I can. But it's not me that's gonna do the saving. Sorry, I miss Jesus is the only one that saves. I'm just a tool to be used, but I gotta be clean to be used by Him. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. Amen. Blessings.